After 7 years, 3 games and with the Xbox 360 close to retirement, Gears of War is back to take another shot at the Locust Horde. With a new protagonist, new faces and with a revamped multiplayer, will it make you pick up your Lancer once again and head into battle? This is Ilias from Gamerz and this is our Gears of War Judgment review. So the story of Gears of War Judgment is set before the events of Gears of War 1. Lieutenant Baird and his team called Kilo Squad are brought into trial for disobeying orders in order to do the greater good. The story is basically done through flashbacks. Each time one of the squad members comes to testify, it starts the story from his point of view in a series of levels and challenges until you get to the next testimony from another squad member and the next series of levels. After you finish the main storyline, you will unlock another series of events that take place alongside the events of Gears of War 3 and pretty much closes the cycle. It's a system that actually works quite well and the story is balanced in such a way that you will understand what is happening and where things lead. It's a bit different from the super over-the-top macho storytelling of previous Gears of War games. The real surprise here is Lieutenant Baird. Although he was, in my opinion, the most annoying character in all the previous Gears of War games, here he seems much more intelligent, collected and a good leader. Hearing the testimonies from the other squad members as well, it gives them a little bit more personality and makes you care about them a little bit. The problem I have with the story though is that I feel that it struggles to fit into the Gears of War mythology. I mean, having played all Gears of War games, thus having the cycle closed by now, it's kinda difficult to care about new characters and new events after having the feeling that you pretty much did what you had to do in the previous games in order to defeat the bad guys. Also, as much as Lieutenant Baird has improved as a character, he is no Marcus Phoenix, and Marcus Phoenix has been the trademark of Gears of War for years now. Nevertheless, the story is good and you will want to see what is gonna happen until the end. If you have played the previous Gears of War games, then you pretty much know what is happening here. You go from level to level, destroying the Locust Horde armies that come to your path and searching for a few collectibles along the way. The gameplay mechanics have been simplified however. Just like in an FPS shooter, now you can throw grenades by simply using the left shoulder button and you swap weapons with the Y button. You can now carry only 2 weapons at a time along with your grenades. Hardcore Gears of War fans might complain about the changes, but to be honest, in the midst of battle they actually work very well. The reason is that now you have enemies coming at you in huge numbers, surrounding you and flanking you before you know it, so fast and responsive actions from the player are essential in order to survive. And the new mechanics succeed at that by far. If you want an extra challenge, in every level there are declassified mission marks that raise the difficulty by giving you certain handicaps. It could be anything from clearing the levels with certain weapons to time limits or extra enemies to make your life difficult. Most of them are fun and interesting to do, but some of them might seem difficult to do them on your own, especially in higher difficulty levels, so you better find a friend to tag along. It goes without saying, of course, that most of the single-player campaign is based on co-op, and things are much simpler and more fun when you are playing with a friend, especially in areas where the game gives you a bit of tower defense feel. Your AI teammates, however, do a decent job of reviving you when you get down, and many times they will get you out of trouble, so even if you are playing alone, you will not feel helpless. Overall, it's a good, meaty and satisfying single-player campaign. Now as for the multiplayer, things are different from the previous Gears of War games. First and foremost, and much to my disappointment, Horde mode is gone and it's replaced by Overrun. Think of Horde mode with classes, tower defense and human opponents on both the opposing sides and you are pretty much there. The Gears players protect a base with an emergency hole in its center and the Locust Horde players are attempting to breach the defenses and destroy it. In both sides there are different classes to choose from with various abilities and all of them are essential if you want to achieve victory. However, you are bound to the equipment and weapons that each class is using, and you cannot use any other weapons apart from the ones that you already have. Also, the classes feel limited in their abilities. There are only 4 available maps at the moment. You have the same human character models from the single player campaign, and customization options are not much of a focus this time around. Basically, this new mode feels half-baked and unfinished, and it doesn't hold a candle to the amazing Horde mode of Gears of War 3. For the first time in a Gears game, however, there is a free-for-all mode and your basic team deathmatch, along with King of the Hill survival and domination modes. There is a season pass which unlocks new maps and new modes for the game in the future. If there is a Horde mode there, then the value of the package goes up significantly, but I don't see the reason why it wasn't included from the beginning. Overall, if you are into competitive multiplayer, the game won't disappoint, but if you want your Horde mode fix, then you will have to go back to Gears of War 3. Gears of War Judgment has the best implementation of the Unreal 3 engine that I have ever seen. The game looks beautiful from every single aspect, from the character models to the locales to the enemies and the animation. Everything is close to perfection, and all the graphical bugs and glitches from the previous Gears of War games are a thing of the past. The game stays at a rock solid 30 FPS frame rate, and with so many enemies, explosions and mayhem happening on the screen, it's an achievement by itself. Just like Halo 4, it shows how much console development has progressed throughout the years and how much performance the developers can still squeeze out of the Xbox 360. The sound of the game is the same top quality that you can expect from a Gears game, and the voice acting is superb as always from every single character, and much better from the previous Gears games, I should say. Overall, the game is a technical marvel, and your eyes will appreciate every bit of its spectacle. Gears of War is a franchise that has offered us amazing experiences throughout this console cycle, and Gears of War Judgment manages to live up to that reputation. The single player campaign is superb, its technical department is flawless, and the multiplayer is decent. As the final swan song of the franchise on the Xbox 360, it may not go out with a bang like Halo 4 did, but it's a must-have experience for any Gears of War fan or to anyone who wants a last Gears of War fix before the unveiling of the new Xbox in the next couple of months. If anything, the game might wake up inside you a sense of nostalgia, and you might go through the rest of the trilogy once again after you finish it. They say that the best gameplay experiences come at the end of a console cycle, and Gears of War Judgment gets as close to that statement as it can get. If you want to get a last shot at the Locust Horde, this is your chance. This has been Ilias from Ignorant Gamerz, and I'm signing off. Take care.